What we're going to do right now is we're going to play a little game. It's called the game of authenticity. Oh, dun dun dun.
Da-da-da-dum.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to, again, just kind of stay centered. Feel free to stretch yourselves out of the seat a bit if you need to kind of unwind some areas of the body, making sure you're removing any points of strain. And this is basically going to involve ascending and receiving using the two hands, using your right and using your left. Basically what you're going to do is you're just going to put all of your intention, you don't have to close your eyes, but you can if you wish. You're just going to put all of your intention in regards to your hand that represents the sending, in regards to who you see yourself right now. And we're going to have particular themes that we're going to play with. The first thing that we're going to look at is our personal life. Everything that is personal life, we're just going to hold it in our hand. And we're just going to imagine that everything is completely has substance, everything is completely physical, and as if we're just holding it in our hand. So let's just hold our right hand out right now. Let's put our present life right in there, our present personal life, and just feel the energy coming into the hand, just as if you're holding it. You can even start to move your wrist and turn it inwards, and just start to feel it. Oh my goodness, there it is, I feel it. I'm wearing these clothes, this job right now. I'm who I am right now. I just had this for dinner. I just had this for lunch. Everything that represents myself. This is my family. And let's just open that up and let's send that to the Akashic Records. This is who I am, Akashic Records. This is who I am right now. And just watch that essence, that substance of matter, that malleability is just floating off into the Akashic Records. You're placing your cosmic order. This is who I am right now. And let's lower our hand down nice and slowly, right by our laps. Now we're going to hold out our left hand, which is the receiving hand. And again, fist is clenched. And we're just going to start to turn the bit inwards. And we're just going to imagine that in this hand, this is what the Akashic Record says is our authentic self. This is who we are. This is what we're meant to be. You may start to feel that what you receive may be very contradictory to the type of work you're doing. You may also start to feel that the life you're living right now may be very contradictory to what your authenticity is bringing forward to you. So let's just feel as if the Akashic Records has this beautiful spiritual hand, and it's just bonding its hand with our left hand now. And just feel the energy. You may want to close your eyes for this. Feel the energy bonding together of some energy that is coming directly into your hand that represents your authenticity. Your hand starts to feel fuller and fuller of this beautiful energy. There starts to feel physicality. There's a feeling of sensation that's bringing this substance into your hand. And I want you now just to take your hand and bring it in and move it all the way up and placing your hand on top of your crown and let this energy come through. Be mindful of any thoughts, be mindful of any feelings, any images, any colors, any sensations. Let it come through now, your authentic self. Let it present now. Just let it present. Let it come through. Any images, any colors, any words, any voices, any sensations. Any sensations within the body. Just let this download happen. This is a download that we're receiving right now. If you're wanting to ask for more juice from Spirit, say, more juice, Spirit, more juice, more authenticity. Let me see it. Let me feel it. Let me understand it. When you feel that your download has been received, you can slowly put your left hand down, right down by your lap. What is your authenticity? Do you feel that there is something that has come to you that may be different from what you're doing right now? Hands up. Okay, great. Anybody else? Okay, so we got a couple of good feelings over here about some different forms of authenticity. This is just a little game that you can play with. This is just something that you can utilize in your spare time. If you feel you've had like a difficult day at work, you're coming home in the evening, you're just basically trying to center yourself. You're relaxing, you're saying, this is who I am at Akashic Records. This is what I've gone through today. This is what I'm sending to you right now. This is what I want you to receive. Bring forward all this energy. Place it on top of your crown. Let all of that energy just rush through the body. Sometimes you may not get it right away. Sometimes it may take a day, a few days, a few weeks, a few months. It all depends in regards to the sensitivity, the naturalness of you being able to accept where you want to go. It will start to enact itself through your life. You'll start to notice that life events will start to transform. Like a Rubik's Cube. Just everything starts to shift, everything starts to polarize, all of its energies now start to truncate, and it's all coming together into these beautiful patterns, because everything that you're receiving into your path of authenticity is now playing the game of life with you. This is fourth density healing. This is exactly how you're able to move through healing based on time, based on event, based on motion, based on continuity. Your dreams tell you a great deal. A really great exercise as well too, as doing the game of authenticity, is drawing your moods out. Basically just having a piece of paper directly in front of you and just start creating a spontaneous design. It doesn't even have to be anything that represents a form. It can really be very, very abstract. This is what's known as sacred circuitry. You're basically creating a spontaneous algorithm of something that you feel is pulling you in there. I get this sensation, I need to draw something out. Something's coming to me, but I don't know what the words are. I don't know what its form is right now. Pull it from the ethers. And you just start drawing out this amazing, beautiful kind of abstract image. Hang that up on your wall. Put it under your pillow. When you go to bed, put it under your bed. Whatever you need to do, be one with that energy. You have the capability to bring forward the energies of the ether in an abstract fashion. It doesn't have to always be words. It doesn't always have to be a sensation. It doesn't always have to be a feeling. It's just a matter of you being able to pay attention to yourself and saying, I need a break. I need to stop what I'm doing right now. There's something telling me that there's something else for me to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing that. I'll play the game of authenticity. I'll play spontaneous drawing. I'll put that forward, and I'm going to let my dreams communicate with me tonight. Who here has the ability to, in that sense, remember a lot of their dreams? Great. Who here is still having some trouble with that? Okay, great. It really just starts with intention. It is my intention for my spirit guides, for my loved ones, my angels, my divine spirit, to assist me tonight. I want to remember as much of my dreams as possible. I want to recall as many states as possible from what my dreams are attempting to tell me. Does anybody here use dream journals? Okay, great, excellent. Anybody else?
Off
Okay.
and on.
I would suggest, thank you, Spirit. We would suggest that you start doing that. Just start being able to document your thoughts. Even if it's 3 a.m., you wake up in the middle of the night and you're not even too sure of why you woke up, but you have this sensation, you had a really interesting dream. Grab a notebook, grab an audio recorder, an MP3 recorder. Just start documenting your thoughts. This is what I started doing when I first started awakening, and it was extremely helpful because I was getting a lot of messages from Spirit, and it was coming through in the communication of the dream. Sometimes you may just start doing work. You may just start to be at your job one moment, and all of a sudden you just got this thing, you just got this sensation, this pulse within yourself to say, stop what you're doing right now. Stop, 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 stop. And listen, listen, listen. And you'll feel this sensation. You'll feel this calling. A person may start to come into your life who you never thought you would attract within a million years. someone who is really loving, who really supports you. Maybe it's a new employee at your work. Maybe it's a new friend who you met at a coffee shop. Maybe it's some person who picked up your purse on the street and handed it to you and said, here you go, have a wonderful day. There you go. That's a beginning. That's something that's unique. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities of what the universe is attempting to tell you, because it's going to move you into the state of authenticity. If we all have one particular idea, one word, or one phrase of what authenticity is to us, what would that be? I'll start. Nature. What does authenticity mean to you? What is your idea?
Integrity, being true to your calling, yourself.
Okay.
Connection.
Truth.
Truth, good.
True self.
True self, good.
Food.
Good.
Alignment.
Alignment, excellent.
Support.
Support, excellent.
Truth as well.
Sorry, what was it?
Truth.
Truth? Okay, great.
Love.
Love?
Showing up.
Showing up?
Harmony.
Harmony.
I thought peace.
Peace, great.
Harmony.
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment.
Flow.
Flow, excellent. So what do we feel that we can do to bring those ideas into life? If I want harmony, how do I become harmonious? What is it to me that represents harmony? If I want peace, if I want truth, what is it that represents truth? Do I feel that I need to measure up to other people's expectations of what truth is? No. Do I feel that I have to match up with what everything that has been shared for thousands of years of what is the universal signature of harmony? No. Has nothing to do with me at all. My truth, my harmony, my peace, my sanctuary, my alignment, my flow is telling me my authenticity. Now, you may start to go through life and you start living your dream, you start living your life. Maybe you start to become an artist, maybe you start to become a dancer, maybe you start to become a singer, an architect, whatever it may be. And it brings you with such beautiful joy. But then, your best friend Joe comes up to you and saying, what are you doing? You used to be an accountant for 20 years. And now you're doing this. Oh, you can't be making as good money as what you were doing before. This is pretty ridiculous. You being a dancer now, and you used to do so well with this. What are you thinking? What's in your mindset? And what happens is we personally get that feeling of discomfort. Why doesn't Joe like what I'm doing? Why doesn't Joe support what I'm doing? Oh my goodness, this really doesn't feel good. Joe's been my friend for 35 years, and all of a sudden he's throwing this at me. Oh my goodness, maybe I need to rethink something. Maybe I need to rethink this. Maybe I need to rethink that. That's the idea of an intrusion of truth coming through ourselves, because we're not being authentic to ourselves. We're attempting to please somebody else. Oh yeah, I'll just go ahead and I'll be an accountant for another 20 years, because that's what's going to make Joe feel good. That's what's going to put money in my bank account. That's what's going to provide for my family. That's what's going to pay my mortgage. That's what's going to pay for my car, etc., etc. But I feel absolutely rotten inside. I feel terrible. I feel awful. I'm not authentic to what I'm doing. This is not me. And this is the point that we need to step into. We need to step into that point of understanding that we're looking to respect our choices for authenticity. We're looking into a whole new aspect of our lives, where this brighter, beautiful, more lighter dimensional feeling of who we truly are is attempting to come through. And when you feel that your authenticity is a polar opposite from what you're doing right now, your reality will be transformed 180 degrees. The walls of reality will come tumbling down. That's just a natural side effect, because much of your own weight, much of your own density that you've placed upon life, that you feel, this has been my life, I really haven't really liked what I do for my work, I really don't feel that my partner and I are connecting too well, I don't feel that this is going too well, etc. When you start following your authenticity, all of those walls need to tumble down. This is where a lot of people are just starting to question that, I'm becoming very spiritual, but I feel like I'm a positive person, but I feel all these negative situations coming into my life. What's happening? You're clinging on to a romanticism that represents your old life. It's not you anymore. And you're trying to safeguard that. No, I didn't know that this was going to change. I didn't know that this was going to happen. This is mine. I can't lose that. And so all of these walls come tumbling down, the foundations, the pillars start to crack, and everything starts to bring itself down in a huge collision. Now, we can stay there and we can try and hold up these huge pillars and feel that this is it. I'm gonna save this. There's no way I can let go of this. It's too late. You've transformed yourself. You've brought light into your awareness. It's the feeling that, well, maybe if I'm ignorant about this, this will bring bliss. Ignorance brings bliss? No, it doesn't. Because you're only realizing that you've been on the stage for so long, that you've been an actor playing this part, and you see past the drama. The drama no longer has a hold on you, and so everything starts tumbling down. So when we look into the game of authenticity, we start following a path of light. And many people say, well, if that really does happen, we have to create sacrifice. No, 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 no. You never have to sacrifice once in life. And if you feel that you're sacrificing with life, you're buying into something else that's not you. If you're constantly playing with sacrifice, if you're constantly playing with compromise, bending your back to appease another person or another situation, you're only going to go back into those declining states of drama. You never have to sacrifice. You never ever have to feel that you have to move yourself into the point of understanding, well, I just have to compromise. I have to make this person feel good, even though I don't feel good. That's not being authentic. You need to let the walls fall. And it can be very, very painful situations, believe me. I've talked with hundreds of people over the past 5 years about all of this, about what they're going through. People losing their houses, people losing their families, people losing their partnerships with others, people feeling that their money situations have changed dramatically, people feeling that they're not able to travel so much because there's something within our local area that they need to look at. Spirit saying to you, you wanted this. You want to take a tour in regards to your authenticity, you're getting it. In order for you to pursue that, all of this needs to come crumbling down. Does that make sense to anybody? Are there any questions on that? Good. All right. Excellent. So I hope I explained that well. But this is the authenticity formula. It's as if we were just holding this up in a beaker and saying, let my life be authentic. Let my life be genuine. Let it be pure. Drinking it down. And now here we go. Reality starts to transform. All of you here are together for that ride. You're here for a ride of authenticity. You're bringing yourself into a purity now. You're moving more into a direction that really suits you. And one question I get is saying, Brad, I'm too old for excitement right now. I think I'm too old to do this. I don't know if I'm going to really be able to do this. Maybe that's for 18-year-olds, not for you. I said age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could be 85 years old and feel that your greatest form of excitement is climbing Mount Everest. Go for it. Do it. You're going to move into the alignments of saying, okay, I'm going to be prepared to go to Mount Everest. I'm going to do a lot of training. I'm going to talk to a lot of experts that have done it themselves. I'm going to move all into the exercises that I need to do to strengthen myself up, 85 years old and strong. Meditation states, whatever it may be. That's your passion. Even if you feel you go to Mount Everest and you only climb a little bit of it, you know what, I just got to show up here. And I got to do a little bit of that experimenting. My life has been fulfilled. I don't care if I make it to the top of the mountain. I've been to Mount Everest. I've been able to look at it. I started to just be with the land, and it was the most exciting moment of my life. Congratulations, Mr. 85-year-old guy. You've lived your life. You've lived that authenticity, and that's just one point. There's so much more. You know, I'm 97 years old, and I think I'm ready to write a children's book. Go for it. I'm 98 years old, and I've made connections with extraterrestrial beings, and I've been on board their spacecraft, and now they want me to write a book about it. Go for it. Do it. That's it. Because the only worst judge is yourself. Anybody else can say, no, this isn't for you. That's not your job. Don't go to that level. Doesn't matter. Respect exactly, well, this is your opinion, this is your perspective, I understand that. But I see the value in myself, and that's the thing. We need to fall in love with ourselves. We need to fall in love with the point of realizing that we can do anything because it's our heart space. It's our heart's desire to move into these new alignments, to write a book, to climb Mount Everest, to be a spiritual teacher, to be a musician, an artist, a singer, whatever it may be. That's who we are. So if you feel that you're always going to be disappointed because another person can't associate with you, can't support with what you're doing, you really need to look at that and saying, is this individual really going to continue to be a strong prosperity marker for who I am right now? That they're going to be the support anchor. Could be your mom, could be your dad, could be your brother, could be your sister. Doesn't mean you're going to stop loving them, but in regards to the association of your authenticity, you follow suit relating to what everything the universe is attempting to show you in front of you. Spirit is attempting to show you all of this directly in front of you. And as long as you can do that, as long as you can move into that energy, you're exactly where you need to be. And the people will start to magnetize to your energy. And again, you can go into the akashic records and you can feel where this momentum and this energy is taking you, and just ride that wave. You're just on a big wave. You're on a big surfboard right now, and you're just starting to ride that wave. When we procrastinate and say, no, that wave's way too big. Well, I am an expert surfer, but no, that wave's a little too big. I don't know, but it's calling my name. All right, I'll give it a try, and you suck it up, and you go with that courageousness. You go with that strength. You go with that power, and you surf that wave, and it's the most incredible experience you've ever had. Your authenticity in that sense can be very scary. That's the key. You can have the most scariest form of purity ever. Oh my God, I fear public speaking. I fear getting in front of a crowd and talking to everybody, but my authenticity is telling me, my God, I need to do this. I'm going to be working with people, working to heal them. I heal them with song. I heal them with dance. I heal them with music. That's my authenticity. That's where I see myself going. And you manage to move past those barricades of the ego saying, oh, no, you can't do that. What, are you crazy? That's not who you are. You can't possibly think that you're going to be public speaking in front of 50, 100, 200, 300 people and doing this massive group meditation, healing with dance and music. No, you're out of your mind. You're insane. And that's the thing that we need to look at. Why is it that I'm not seeing the value in what I'm looking to do authentically? Why do I self-procrastinate? Why do we self-procrastinate?
Fear.
Why is there fear?
Fear of rejection and putting yourself out there to be judged.
But why is there fear of rejection?
Um,
We don't trust ourselves.
right.
We don't trust ourselves. We don't love ourselves to the point of feeling that I can't do this. This is for somebody else. This is not for me. And as long as the ego is in that mindset and saying, this isn't for you, you don't love yourself, you're not ready to go that level, we're going to constantly feel that we're pushing ourselves back. And that's going to be a constant, race with ourselves, feeling that we need to beat around the track, we're not going anywhere, and we're moving on. So again, just keep track of being able to really be able to trust yourself, to love yourself. It's okay to have hesitations at times, because basically what you're doing is you're testing the water. I know at some point I'm going to go over to that lake and I'm going to be able to go for a swim, but I'm just going to try out some of these ponds first. These ponds feel really nice. I've dipped my toe in the water and it feels really, really nice. And then eventually I'm going to move there. So it's okay if you feel that there's hesitation in certain areas, because there's still a little bit of resistance that you're sensing. But the path of least resistance is telling you, go for this pond, go for these ponds and have a nice beautiful swim in there. And then you feel enriched afterwards. You had a beautiful experience through that and say, I'm ready to tackle the lake now. I'm ready to go there. Maybe if it's for presentations, we're doing something in a local area, we're doing something very, very small. Just do this, because something's going to come along that will give you a larger possibility, a larger opportunity. You start doing that, all of a sudden this situation comes through. A person shakes your hand, gives her a card and saying, I'm putting this together. I want you to be a part of it. Well, how did I do that? I had to go through all of these little regional things first before I could move into a national coverage. And that's the whole idea. Play with the game of the gears of where they're taking you. You don't need to run from one gear all the way up to an immense, huge gear. Play with the smaller gears as they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And all of a sudden, here is the big one. You're playing with the trail of authenticity. All right?